Many designers DM me that, hey Sam, I don't know what's wrong with me. Most of my designs are getting rejected in their first draft. I honestly don't know why the client is not happy, and it also wastes a lot of my time because those designs are getting rejected. My simple solution to that is create wireframes. Wireframe is a cheap solution to this problem. Most of the designers actually make wireframes to give it to the stakeholders or the clients because it allows the clients to understand that how the design is going to communicate visually after the design gets finalized. Once the wireframe gets approved, then the designers actually proceed with making the final UI or the draft of the design. Wireframes are actually of two types, low fidelity wireframes and high fidelity wireframes. In this video, we are going to see what are the differences between low fidelity and high fidelity wireframes. So without further delay, let's drop the intro. Before starting this video, if you guys are new here, my name is Shamrit Dudas and I am a professional graphic designer, video editor and UI UX designer. In this channel, we talk about designing tips, tricks and tutorials. So if you are into it, then consider subscribing to my channel. Also, I have given a timestamp in the entire description, so feel free to hop around the entire timeline. Wireframe is basically a simple grayscale schematic where it entirely focuses on the actual context and the layout of the app or the UI or whatever you are gonna make to communicate them visually with the stakeholders or the users. Instead of any type of color, text, font or logos, the wireframe solely focuses on the visual understanding of the page so that the stakeholders can actually understand the critical thinking behind making this page and so that they can approve and then you can continue with the final design. Designers make it clear with the stakeholders that this wireframe is actually just a rough draft of what they're going to make and is up for constructive criticism. The stakeholders also feel free to constructively give feedback about the wireframe to the designers as there is no sort of biases associated with the designer because the designer haven't invested much time to create that wireframe, so the designer will also save a lot of time in case the wireframe gets rejected. It can be either digital or made in pen paper. As long as the wireframes communicate with the functionality of the app, it's good to go. High fidelity prototypes are based more on aesthetics and content specific resources. The text, graphics, layout and the spacing is actually more refined in high fidelity prototypes because they are actually created keeping in mind that the app developers and the web developers are actually going to replicate the same design on their coding side of things. High fidelity prototypes looks much more like the real app of what the users are going to download from App Store or Play Store once they are published in their respective play stores. The basic difference why most of the companies hire a different person to make low fidelity and high fidelity prototypes is because low fidelity prototypes can be created on a budget. On the other hand, high fidelity prototypes need to have extremely high budget because the person designing high fidelity prototypes are very much into the creative side of things and he or she have a very good knowledge of the designing software that they are going to use. On the other hand, low fidelity prototypes can be created in PowerPoint, Excel or even pen paper. So basically no specific design knowledge is used. So that's the reason high fidelity prototypes are actually costlier to make, whereas the low fidelity prototypes can be created on a budget. So guys, there you have it. This is actually the second episode of Superfast Saturday, which is actually a series that I will try to do more often than the other videos because this needs less time for editing. And also, if you haven't seen the earlier episode of Superfast Saturday, then I will definitely link them down in the description area right below the like button or also in the I button in the top right corner. So that's it for this week's video guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Till then, if you have any suggestions, then you can mention them in the comment section below and I will hope to see you in the next video.